The 24% failure. Meta A. I just failed 24% of basic factual queries about the upcoming Brazilian elections in a newly released independent audit, 1.3.7. In tests conducted by the accountability group ECO, Meta AI, Google Gemini, and Grok did not just get dates wrong. They hallucinated non-existent electoral court contacts and endorsed specific candidates, openly violating Brazil's strict AI election laws. The labs blamed tricky prompts. But the data points to a fundamental conflict in how attention mechanisms process user personas. The Persona Overwrite. The ECO study exposed a severe vulnerability: ideological chameleon behavior. When researchers pre-prompted the models with specific partisan personas, the chatbots actively reshaped factual reality to match. Mechanically, this is an attention problem. A transformer is built to optimize next token prediction based on the context window. When a user injects high-density ideological tokens, the attention heads map heavily to those specific embedding clusters. The real-time context vector effectively overpowers the model's static safety fine-tuning. The chatbot abandons the neutral system prompt because the math demands it prioritize the user's immediate, heavily weighted context. And this persona override completely breaks the retrieval system's lab's use for live facts. The retrieval failure. Google and Meta claim they solve hallucination using retrieval augmented generation, fetching real-time data from authoritative sources like Brazil's superior electoral court. Yet Gemini still generated a completely fake contact number for that exact court, and Meta AI claimed a major political figure was never convicted of coup attempts. Here's the mechanical failure. RAG only grounds a model if the retrieved context cleanly overrides the parametric memory. In a highly polluted, rapidly updating information space like an election, semantic search pulls conflicting data. Forced to reconcile messy retrieved text with its base weights, the model simply interpolates a statistically plausible fiction, which exposes the exact architectural limitation regulators are about to collide with. The architectural dead end. The core takeaway from these Brazilian benchmarks is that the industry is trying to solve an architectural limitation as if it were a moderation problem. You cannot reliably patch a system with RLHF when the underlying math is explicitly optimized to align with the user's immediate context. When forced to reconcile dynamic retrieval with static weights, the models hallucinate. For developers and engineers, this proves that relying on large language models as zero-shot fact engines in contentious environments is a structural mistake. If you are building tools for regulated spaces, you cannot depend on the model's internal safety weights to maintain grounding. You must build deterministic routing systems external to the LLM entirely, treating the model as a text parser rather than a knowledge base. Watch how Brazil's electoral court applies its strict liability framework this October. If regulators successfully hold a tech giant legally responsible for a chatbot's hallucinated endorsement, this theoretical constraint will instantly become a massive financial liability. Subscribe for more.